And thanks so much for joining us for News 19 this Sunday morning. Right now, we're taking a live look shot over the White House where chaos just erupted a couple of hours ago, which was actually yesterday. I'm Shannon Taylor. Now, we want to start off this morning with some breaking news out of Washington, D.C. A California man is under arrest after a shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner where President Trump and First Lady were safely escaped, and thankfully no one was hurt. Right now, our CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette has the latest.
Gunshots rang out during the White House Correspondents' Dinner at the Washington Hilton. Secret Service agents covered President Trump and the First Lady and quickly rushed them off stage.
I heard a noise and sort of thought it was a tray. I thought it was a tray going down.
CBS News correspondent Weijia Jiang was sitting next to the president.
We saw Secret Service agents approaching the head table and told us to get down, get down, get down.
The gunman, armed with a shotgun, handgun, and knives, rushed past a security checkpoint, and agents opened fire, as did the suspect. President Trump posted this picture on social media after agents captured the man, identified as 31-year-old Cole Allen of Torrance, California. He was taken down before entering the event ballroom. Sources tell CBS News he was targeting administration officials.
One officer was shot, but saved by the fact that he was wearing obviously a very good bulletproof vest. He was shot from very close distance with a very powerful gun.
Correspondents and other guests scrambled to hide under tables. Others ran for cover.
I bolted for the door. I didn't even wait to see, what was going on behind me.
The suspect worked as a tutor in California. He prepared 11th grader Jason Moses for tests.
He was just a pretty normal guy. He was a smart guy. Excuse me. He was a little quirky.
President Trump praised the Secret Service for its rapid handling of what could have been a very different outcome. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
Right now, we want to turn your attention to News 19's Natalie Brand, who was inside the room when that gunfire erupted, and she describes what she saw moments after that gunfire began. Let's take a listen.
Bring in correspondent Natalie Brand. She was also at the dinner tonight. And Natalie, what did you see from your perspective?
I was seated at a table right next to Olivia. So we were in the back, right next to the door where these gunshots could be heard. Boom, boom, boom. At first, like Olivia said, it didn't sound like a gunshot, maybe perhaps a platter crashing to the floor, plates crashing. My colleague sitting next to me, Torian Small, realized right away what this was, the gravity of the situation. He threw us basically to the floor. We all crawled under tables, colleagues huddled together, huddled, hugging, praying that we would all be safe. And thankfully, we were inside that room. Then there was some confusion and chaos. Some people saying that we should evacuate, others that we should stay. We ended up leaving. This may have had to do with the president wanting the show to go on, but then noting that it was up to his Secret Service to assess the situation. Obviously, thousands of people were there. We all went through security. Our purses were checked. We went through the mags like you would at a major event or a campaign rally. But the difference is there were just so many people, the volume of people. It felt like it didn't take too terribly long to get through security. And obviously, given what's happened, this type of situation sadly was on our minds that this could be a possibility. Thankfully, we made it out.
Were there protesters outside of the building as you were all going inside, Natalie?
There was a small group of protesters, maybe a dozen or so. In past years, it seemed like the demonstrations have been larger, so it wasn't completely out of the ordinary. We were quickly escorted in. Obviously, we sensed that security would be extremely tight. There would be a perimeter around the hotel, the property, given that the president was going to be in attendance tonight.
And here's what we know right now. The Correspondents' Dinner will be rescheduled, and the shooter was staying at the hotel. He faces charges including assaulting an officer with a dangerous weapon and will be arraigned tomorrow. And we're also continuing coverage over in Aiken. That's where a 65-year-old man is in jail after being accused of offering money to two children at an Aiken department store, asking if they would go to the restroom with him. We're talking about 65-year-old William Scott. He has been charged with 2 counts of luring a child following an incident that reportedly happened at the Whiskey Road Target store just last week. And authorities say the kids thankfully were not hurt, and Scott was booked at the Aiken County Jail.
Well, we had a cold front that's gone through here. We have the clouds that remain from it. Today actually isn't going to be that bad of a day. Temperatures in the low to mid 60s. The cold front's gone through. We'll probably warm things up a little bit. The shower activity has pushed off. You see all the thunderstorms there. We did get a little bit of rain. It officially recorded at the airport 1/10 of an inch. I know we need a lot more than that, but at least we have a weather pattern now where some of these fronts can come through and give us a chance for showers, and we have a few more this week. You can see some showers still, northern part of the Midlands, and that's going to be the case today, just isolated showers. Temperatures right now in the low to mid 60s. You can see the wind now, not too bad, coming out of the northeast, so a northerly wind. That does a few things for us. It helps us with the smoke, that's for sure. Notice the wind direction is what we needed to change from the southern Georgia fires. Now you see all the green coming into play here because of that northerly breeze. 53 in your forecast overnight tonight. Today we're looking at just scattered showers here or there. Not too bad at all. It doesn't look like we'll see any thunderstorms or anything. That was mostly with the front. And then as we go through tomorrow, 77 cooler degrees and sunny skies. The next few days we do have another chance for rain. We actually have a few. The best chance is going to come on Wednesday. We'll talk about that with your complete forecast, hour by hour, including the whole work week and beyond, coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Chevy. And over to Sumter County now. That's where Sumter could soon have a professional sports team to cheer for. That's because a new basketball team is aiming to bring opportunity and exposure to the Midlands. The team would be called the Sumter Surge, and it's a vision founded by Kenneth Bishop, who's a Philadelphia native who's lived in Sumter for the past 3 years. Now, Bishop says that the team will feature players who have finished high school and college and who want to continue to compete in basketball.
A lot of times, I know John Morant came from Sumter, and a lot of times everybody doesn't get the push, or, I'm not going to say doesn't have the ability, but for some reason life happens. So this is a platform that we are providing that allows them to get that extra tape, more, better stats or whatever that, whatever the case may be for their resume to help push them along. And we see opportunity.
And the team is also planning a series of community pop-up events partnering with local businesses starting as early as mid-May as they continue building support across Sumter. And veterans from across the state took a step back in time at an event honoring those who served in the Korean War. Josie Frost has a story of how these veterans came together and why they say their service still impacts them today.
Planes sped off the tarmac on Saturday at the Kershaw County Airport. It's an event made to honor veterans of the Korean War, like 98-year-old Gerald Long, who did special services in Seoul.
Well, I'd had that plus my regular job. I was carrying back about $15,000 to $20,000 a month to Seoul to turn in. Of course, I pick up probably 15 or 20 truckloads of supplies to take back up.
The event was put on by the Rick Manti Charitable Fund, giving back to a group of veterans that often go overlooked. The Korean War is also called the Forgotten War, sandwiched between the Vietnam conflict and World War II, which Long served in as well.
Whenever I joined the VFW, I'm the oldest one in the club, and they have really carried me to ride, which I appreciate.
It's a fun way to give back and to help raise money for local charities like Tunnels for Towers or the Vet Center, which took donations at the event and shared with veterans what services are out there for them. Michelle Selnick is with the Manti Fund.
Some of them at 98, 99 years old have hopped into these World War II vintage planes and have been able to fly, and it's been such a sight to see. And many of the veterans have come up to me to talk about how this has not happened and how happy they are to be celebrated.
For many veterans, it's getting rarer to meet someone that served in the Korean War. 93-year-old Buddy Roberts was deployed in Germany during the Korean War and says most of the people that he served with are gone.
I hate that. I wish that more people were still around, but I've been very fortunate to do as well as I do at 93. And I just wish that more people could help and appreciate what our services do.
Josie Frost, News 19, WLTX.
Great story there, Josie. And this is the organization's second event like this honoring veterans. And last year, they honored those from World War II. And next year, the plan is to honor Vietnam veterans. And the Laura Richland Sweet Potato Festival wrapped up at Hawkins Park, drawing crowds for a day of food, fun, and of course, family entertainment. From sweet potato ice cream to pie eating contests, the festival celebrated a tradition more than 40 years strong. Take a look.
Man, we have this festival's going on now. I think this is our 40th year, and it's a great time for the community to get together. And it's only one day, but it's a great day. I always put on some outrageous outfit and every year they'll ask me, what is Rufus going to wear this year? So it's all about fun, man, all about fun.
We're actually not from here. We're from Charlotte, North Carolina, about 93 miles away. Myself, I love sweet potatoes, love yams, sweet potato pie, sweet potato ice cream. And when I saw it on the billboard, the Sweet Potato Festival, I was like, okay, yeah, that's definitely an event that we need to go to.
Y'all gotta come try the sweet potato pies, cause that's what. And the ice cream, the sweet potato ice cream is good. Y'all gotta try the fish. Y'all gotta try the flour fish. You gotta try other foods.
Man, my favorite part so far is always gonna be the food, man. I just got this lemonade right here. Over here we're eating a little bit of jerk chicken, a little bit of oxtail, and of course we're saving the grand finale for the sweet potato pie and the sweet potato ice cream.
I'm just gonna ask you one last question. I think I know the answer. Sweet potato pie versus pumpkin pie, what are you going for?
Oh, come on, man. Sweet potato pie, sweet potato pie.
Well, pumpkin pie is good, but sweet potato pie is better.
So my preference is always going to be sweet potato pie. I grew up on sweet potato pie. I've had pumpkin pie before, and I'm not going to knock pumpkin pie. But for the culture, for the community, and for the festivities, I always love sweet potato pie. Always a fan.
And I'm so glad about it. He picked me up. Yes, he did.
Oh man, yo, this is a beautiful community-oriented event. If you want to enjoy sweet potato of all kinds, sweet potatoes from all different vendors, all different recipes, and all different types of sweet potato, definitely come out here.
Yeah, well, come on, jerk chicken and sweet potato pie. We love that. And it was also plenty of blue skies set for the stage for the Gilbert's American Car Show, as hundreds of people came out to admire classic cars from years past, and awards were handed out in several categories, including Best in Show, People's Choice, Best Interior, Best Paint, and more. And this year marks the 5th year for that event, which raises scholarship money for seniors at Gilbert High School. And happening today in Winsboro in Fairfield County, where they're hosting the Revolutionary Stories of the Backcountry, which takes place at Mount Zion Memorial Park. The family-friendly event features 18th century camps, live demonstrations, and historical figures like George Washington and even Lord Cornwallis. There'll also be artillery statues, food trucks, and activities for the kids, and giving visitors a chance to experience history in motion. That event takes place today starting at noon until 3. And of course, the Columbia Firefighters are celebrating 10 years at Segra Park. Today, they continued their home series against the Augusta Green Jackets. And you might see some familiar faces. You already saw one already. Our very own meteorologist, Chevy, and the others will be delivering the ceremonial first pitch. And things get underway tonight at 7. And Chevy, you better go ahead and get ready.
Yeah, I'll have the forecast for the game. Me and Lana and Brianna are all going to be out there. We'll have a booth. We're going to give away things, even ponchos. Well, you need a poncho, huh? We'll let you know with your complete forecast. Right now, partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. I think we're looking pretty good. Maybe an isolated shower. What about the rest of the weekend and beyond? Your complete forecast coming up next.